Oh my god, the shadowy eyes. I love... We're going back for that. Been a while since I flipped that switch on. That literally made the hairs on my arm stand up. Whoa! Whoa! Snake Awakens, a new assassin ability we've never seen before. Not even a Hatsu, but an assassin ability. Oh! He actually learned it? He cut him in half. Oh my god, he learned scissors. What's up, everyone? Jughead's Journey here. Welcome back to our Let's Watch Hunter x Hunter series. Today we are watching episode 82, Kite and Slots. I'm loving what that title is signifying. I'm pretty sure this episode I'm about to see Rammet become a Nen user. The first Chimera Ant Nen user. I think just how Wing opened Gon and Killua's aura nodes with a forceful push of aura in Heaven's Arena, Gon and Killua inadvertently did the same to Rammet with their Hatsu attacks, severely injuring him close to death, causing his aura nodes to open up. Kite, Gon, and Killua have also stumbled upon the location of the NGL drug factory hidden in the cliffs, now run by Yunju, as we know, so we have to be getting even more action today. Tie that with Kite and Slots. We're feasting today, I think so. So without any further ado, tune in and watch alongside with me my full uncut reaction and stay for my in-depth analysis discussion afterwards. So, Hunter x Hunter, episode 82 in 3, 2, 1, let's watch. Kite and Slots. Killua and Gon dished it out last episode. We gotta see Kite today. What weapon is Crazy Slots gonna give him today? Let me fix the volume on this. We know Yunju is there. The rest of his crew, his little posse, might be in there too. We could see everybody fighting today. I have a feeling I'm gonna see a lot today. Because we have to see what happens to Rammet and what that causes inside the hive. And they're walking into this old NGL drug factory right now. Who was in Yunju's group? It's the Centipede and the weird fucking flying girl with the mask on her face for some reason. I don't like how eerie this is. Just the footsteps. But if these Chimera Ants, they give off aura, Kite, is it N or in where he can extend an advanced Nen user? I don't know if Gon and Killua know how to do that. As we're walking in, kind of like an echolocation, he can know who's in here. I don't know if Gon and Killua know how to do that. And even if they did, how far it actually extends. He, being a animal hunter working in the environment, I assume would have a pretty extensive N. I forget. I mix N and N together. Gon and Killua's fits are so hard. There's 2 Master Lease figurines of them in these outfits that I want so bad. But the Killua one alone is like $100. It's so annoying. The farmers are gone. The villagers are gone. Now the NGL underground is gone. He detects something. He's feeling it. He's feeling their aura. His spider senses are tingling. Yep, he has to be using that advanced Nen technique. Uh-oh. So more than 3? Yeah, N. How far? 45-meter radius? Damn. That's impressive. Who's coming? It's gonna be Yunju? Uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, didn't Yunju say he wanted some pets? Are these gonna be some NGL pets? Oh my god. Like straight out of the fucking human centipede. There's Yunju with his 2 pets. Fuck, put them out of their mercy. Oh my god. Put them out of their misery. Well, he's dead. He doesn't care. I'll get another pet. Oh, I'm getting bored with these guys. The begging's not gonna help. Nope, that's gonna piss him off. You pathetic. Yeah, when you beg like that, I just want to kill. Pathetic little pet. You're dead too. They're gone. Be smart. That's the type of lessons and learning that Gon needs. He's baiting you. Yeah, you were about to walk into a 3 versus 1. This fucking weirdo. And this guy I hate. He's ugly. I'm sorry. It reminded me of a spider, a bug, or centipede. Any bug with that many legs, I'm not liking. Gon hates seeing it. Stop looking away. Grow up. And be on high alert. I don't know why I didn't even think of this. This is about to be Genthru, Sub, and Bara versus Bisky, Killua, and Gon all over again. 3 versus 3. Everyone going their own direction. Defeat, defeat, defeat. Meeting back together. Kite versus Yunju. Who would Gon take? Wait, it's gonna line up exactly. The centipede's on the on Yunju's left side. That's where Gon is. So it's gonna be Gon versus the centipede, Killua versus the weird the fly, whatever she is. Oh my god. Let's split up. Meet back here in 10 minutes. If I'm not back in 10 minutes, just wait longer. Oh my god. Crazy slots time. Actually kill him because I don't even want to see what he could become as a Nen user. This makes a lot of sense too. All those arms would be an enhancer, maybe. Fisticuffs against Gon. Yeah, 1,000 punches. Yeah, he would be an enhancer, definitely. Ooh! I love that speed. He hurts. He definitely hurts. But you're gonna need to use some Hatsu. You're gonna have to cut those arms off one by one. Too bad you only have your fucking punch. That. He can see it. No hesitation. What the hell is she a dragonfly? Or a mosquito or something? Don't hesitate. Remember, you're an assassin. Oh my god, the shadowy eyes. I love... We're going back for that. Been a while since I flipped that switch on. That literally made the hairs on my arm stand up. Worst place to pause and go back. I'm sorry. The darkness under his eyes. Fuck yes. Whoa! Whoa! Snake Awakens, a new assassin ability we've never seen before. Not even a Hatsu, but an assassin ability. What the hell was that? Whoa! So she's a fucking mosquito. That means nothing. He's immune to poison. That means nothing. Play dead. Play dead. Play dead. Play dead. Play dead. That's what she was hiding under the fucking mask. Her stinger. Play dead. Fall to the ground. Wait, what the fuck? She had a tail? And what the fuck came out of her mouth? I get to see this again. Okay, so it was a distraction. He's immune to poison. Let's not forget that. This is Killua as an assassin. Snake Awakens and utilizing... It just makes you think how strong and powerful Killua is. Immune to poison, and that's just an assassin ability. Immune to electricity. Play dead, like a possum. Come closer. Come fucking closer. Ah! Snap her fucking neck. I'm immune. Yo, yes. Now you drop to the fucking ground. Oh no, wait, whoa. Did he break her neck and she's paralyzed sitting like that? And then he's gonna cut her head off. I wanna see that. Kind of like a zombie. Always go for the head. Always go for the fucking head. Yep. He broke her neck because, yeah. Twisted her around like a fucking owl. And cut her head off. It's like a zombie. Like a fucking cockroach. Cut the head off. Headshot to the brain. That shot. God damn. Oh, I didn't even realize they're all in the same room together. Okay, Kite got to witness that. Okay, now, so what's Gon gonna pull out? What's Gon gonna do? That was impressive from Killua. What's Gon gonna impress me with? Oh my god, there's Ramit. Is he going through it? I predicted in my discussion he's an enhancer. There's the N coming out. Oh, the Nen. I didn't mean to say N. I had N from earlier in my head. I meant to say Nen. What are you gonna do? Oh my god. That is imposing. That is intimidating. He can see it too. If you hesitate. Gon said don't hesitate. This eerie piano music in the background too. What are you doing? Uh-oh. Didn't think he would be the venomous centipede. Yeah, let's go with that, because we know that ain't fucking working. What are you gonna do? Gon, what are you gonna show me? Let's go to Kite, though. Let's see some crazy slots. Oh, you're getting too cocky, boy. You let that aura flow. He's been in this cave for so long, he's not up to date with what the hive knows. From your memories? You like this place from your memories, perhaps? And that's not good. See, he's learning that there's some hierarchical organization issues within the hive. When is he gonna call for crazy slots? Only when he needs to. Oh! I love seeing martial arts. That's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. There's crazy slots. What are you gonna give him? What are you gonna give him? Can he see who he's talking to? Can he see the crazy slots or just the aura itself? He always says that, and I said that in my discussion. There are no bad spins. I said that. There are no bad spins. Kite may think it's a bad spin, but my prediction was he always gets the weapon best suited for the situation at hand. He gets the weapon he needs, and Crazy Slots knows better than Kite himself. Can't always get what you want, but sometimes you get what you need. Rolling Stones right there. The gun again. For the headshot. For the headshot. How powerful that gun must fucking be to kill Yunju with one shot to the dome. The headshot is crucial. That's why he was given the gun. Not a sword, not an axe, whatever the other weapons are. He got a gun to shoot in the head. The weapon he needed, not the weapon he wanted. Now, what are you gonna do? Oh! He actually learned it? He cut him in half. Oh my god, he learned scissors. I thought it was gonna be... I forgot, we never even saw scissors. The one he was struggling with was paper. The Emergence one. Oh my god, I didn't even think about scissors. That would be easier to learn. Killua surprised me last episode, you know, learning new abilities away from our viewing. Gon's doing the same. Oh my god, he learned scissors. Sliced him in half. But it's not a headshot. Oh my god. That's so fucking sick. Holy shit. He's alive. Yep. Watch out, though. Another learning lesson from Kite. He's not fucking dead. He's a cockroach. He's gonna do the same thing Killua was doing, yeah. Don't be so naive, Gon. If you're not gonna know yourself, Kite's gonna give you a good talking to. To be like, what the fuck are you doing? Finish him! Another headshot, yep. Finish the job. The head and body can survive an entire day after they've been separated. He would know that. He's been studying the little tiny ones for a long time. You must crush the head. I've talked about this before. Where you can tell how much Togashi loves classic horror. And in that, zombie movies always aim for the head. Headshot. What was his name? Pakal. Arrows to the head. Killua. Cut the head off. Every time Kite shot this gun, aimed for the head. Headshots. That's why Kite got the gun to fire a shot at the head. If you got not the weapon you want, you get the weapon you need. The best one for any given situation. It's not as random as one thinks. Gon needs to slice his head off. You only summon me when you need me. And it's a condition that makes his abilities even more powerful. Uh-oh. This guy creeps me out too. All of Yunju's team wiped out. Now let me see Ramit. Is Ramit here? These are the people with the tiger guy. Where's he? There he is. I wonder if they're gonna be kind of hesitant to kill the girl, like if that's gonna fuck up Gon and Killua a little bit, because she looks like a human. Well, these guys are at least animals. I want to go back to Ramit. Go back to Ramit. He got to witness all of that too. Enhancer, transmuter, and emitter. Ability, yep. Oh yeah, he had to transmute. He had to transmute to shape it. He loses energy fast. He'll have to recharge. Look how fucking jacked Gon is. Holy shit. Ramit, where are you? I don't get it. I can feel power. Yep. His aura notes have opened. Oh, nobody's around him. They're not going to witness it. I talked in my discussion that he would be an enhancer because of the animals he comes from. Quickness, speed, agility. You're gonna walk in on him. They're gonna be intimidated by him. Why listen to you, you puny squadron leader? I'm stronger than you now. This is gonna cause problems. Holy shit. Is he gonna physically evolve like a Pokemon? Because that's what this is looking like. He looks evil. Woo! That's a shot. That's straight out of Dragon Ball when you would get those illustration shots, stills, right at the end. Wow, that shot. Holy shit. Okay. Late night, 1 a.m. discussion time. This is the best episode of the arc so far for me. Last episode and this episode together, 81 and 82 as back-to-back episodes. Perfect. Next to no petty ant drama that I've said I don't care about. The only Chimera Ants on screen are Yunju and his crew fighting our trio, and Ramit becoming a non-user, with the others like Colt and Peggy watching in amazement. Anything and everything we see of the Chimera Ants is immediately relevant to the plot. Gon and Killua and Kite each putting on a highlight performance of their own, disturbing enslaved humans as pets who die in gory fashion to make me uncomfortable, with Yunju just murdering on a whim. Yunju is also by far, to me, up until this point, the most evil Chimera Ant we've seen. Like the true example of phagogenesis and what gets birthed when evil Chimera Ants get mixed with the DNA and genetic memory of likewise evil, malicious, violent humans. We're entering the NGL drug factory hidden in the cliff sides, a maze of caves and tunnels. Total hypocrisy. A nation that banned technology to preserve purity hid an industrial drug complex inside a cliff. The irony of destroying nature, cutting through rock to hide your illegal drug manufacturing. Karma came a-knockin'. The ants ate the underworld and inherited it from you. As Kite and Gon and Killua walk through this cave tunnel system, Kite can sense others in the cave somewhere ahead of them using his N. I don't even know if Gon and Killua are capable of using N or not. They obviously know what N is, but we haven't seen them train in it or use it. And even if they did, the radius would probably be super tiny. Kite is using it like sonar to detect life in this huge maze. Maybe not so much like sonar, since it's not a pulse, but like a 360-degree touch, as if like the air had nerve endings, and he has an impressive radius, 45 meters in any direction, which is just shy of 150 feet. That's a lot. Makes sense considering his profession. I feel like it would be really useful to have N to that degree, tracking and researching and surveying large beasts. I don't know how much a typical average N user's N would be, but 150 feet sounds damn impressive. You know, I forget how much Zeno said he can do. It was like 300 meters or something, right? But I remember he grumbles about how tiring N is with the amount of effort it takes. He's an old man Zoldyck, training for decades, but even he explicitly says N is tiring. So there's a trade-off between something like N radius and clarity and stamina, which is what I love about Hunter x Hunter. Just an easy example like that shows how there is no such thing as a perfect character in this world. Yunju comes walking out of one of the tunnels. Yunju kills one of his pets pretty immediately. Gon attempts to run to prevent him from killing the other one, when Kite grabs Gon's wrist with that firm father-teacher grip and tells him stop. Kite tells him not to move carelessly. Do not move carelessly. That line is governing this whole arc right now. Every step in this fucking hellhole is so scary. He is running his end still. He can tell there's more than just one enemy. They're baiting us to rush in, trying to make us commit. They know killing humans will get the other humans to break formation and react. Gon has to learn that enemies will weaponize his empathy. When Yunju crushes the head of his other pet, Gon closes his eyes in disgust and frustration, and he looks away. He gets yelled at by Kite again. Don't look away. You need to always be seeing what your enemy is doing, what they might literally throw at you. You better treat information like oxygen. If your eyes leave the threat does not leave you. That was proven with the severed centipede torso. And I love that because Gon was about to be punished because of the exact behavior Kite literally just warned him against right here. But to me, don't look away is also Kite yelling at Gon to learn to not fully desensitize to this stuff, but control your emotions. You're a pro hunter. You're going to see a lot of this in your life, in this world. You chose this path. You have seen a lot of death already. What's different now? The amount of blood and gore? What is it? How brutal it is? I mean, like, I'm thinking, like, let's not forget you smiled ear to ear watching your best friend rip out a man's heart. These are the lessons and teaching moments Jing wanted his son to gain from Kite by putting them together. Kite is making a young adult out of Gon. He may just be, 12, 13 years old, but you sacrifice your childhood innocence in this hunter world, and you did so that willingly. So you become an adult. His looking away is a human reaction, but Kite telling him not to look away is the adulthood courage and the will to see, so that the next time in the future and every other time in the future that he faces atrocity and brutality, he will look directly into it. And I'm not saying the hunter creed is like to just stop feeling. No, I'm saying the creed is like feel later. Kite's not trying to turn Gon into some cold, totally desensitized like sociopath. He's trying to drill the habit into Gon to observe, act with the best information possible, process your emotions afterwards. Jing put Gon on a path where the world would be his teacher, and he then assigned Kite as his mentor at this stage of his development because he knows he would not pad any corners. Kite is not cruel. He's just exact, and he's precise, and he's straight as an arrow. And I love Hunter x Hunter because it does not let innocence stand as any excuse for someone who chose to be a hunter. Gon is a child, a 12-year-old child. He is very young, but he's a voluntary professional. He's a voluntary contributor, and he's not innocent. This is not an innocent show with innocent in it, inside an innocent world and innocent characters. So let's just get that word out of the way. A face-off turns into a 3 versus 3, just like on Greed Island. Genthru, Sub, and Bara versus Gon, Killua, and Bisky, each of them soloing an enemy one-on-one. Gon versus Centipede, Killua versus Mosquito, whatever her name is, Mosquito Girl, Kite versus Yunju. But at least in Greed Island, they had time to prepare. They had a game plan. In this cave, this is just a live fire drill. The temperature ain't the same when comparing the two. Killua brings his assassin side back up to the surface. We haven't seen it in such a long time. He has another one of those iconically and stereotypically anime moments where the character drops their chin, their head's tilted down, the fringe of their hair veils the eyes, the face falls in casted shadow. You know what I'm talking about. Killua has had this look pretty much every single time assassin mode has come out. And we know when he lifts that chin, the eyes we see will be piercing. Been a while since I flipped my switch on. The kid is such a fucking badass. Holy shit. The assassin mode mindset bred into him. A level of concentration and just hyper focus that's so heightened he is unable to hesitate. No hesitation. He almost like activates Snake Awakens. It's not a Nen ability, just a Zoldyck kill art. He whips his arms so fast they barely visibly register. They're in such high fluid motion, literally like serpents. His arms look like flailing pool noodles, like his arms have no bones to them and he's turned into Mr. Fantastic. Puts up like a barrier in front of him so that anything his arms touch just get broken or cleaved off. And that's what happens. Mosquito Girl's arms get dismembered. Ruthless. You don't really think about just how gruesome that is because it's an insect he's fighting, but think about the fact Snake Awakens was trained to him and utilized by the Zoldycks and by him, used on human targets too. Killua is a killing machine, like the Iron Giant. He avoids that killing machine side of him when with Gon, so we don't see it too much. But when it comes out, this kid is the Winter Soldier. And I finally see why she was wearing that stupid looking mask on her face. She's been hiding her mouth stinger, which isn't even her real mode of attack. It's just her distraction, her MacGuffin, for the tail stinger, which is actually poisonous. She lands a rear sting on Killua's back. We know Killua is immune to poisons. We haven't had to see that tolerance skill of his be used in a really long time, but if you're engaged and your neurons are firing in your brain, as soon as that stinger landed on him, it's such a hype moment because you know Killua's gonna be unaffected by it, and you know he's gonna trick her, transmute her. So you get to watch in just pure excitement, waiting for him to pounce. This is why he gets to move without hesitation. He's literally got his own back covered. The Zoldyck training covers so many bases of protection. He drops to the ground as if the toxin worked, plays dead like an opossum, then out of nowhere appears behind her and on top of her. But you don't see that first. You see the camera flip upside down and you're like, huh? Then you see he snapped her neck in a full rotation. Her fucking head is upside down. So cool for Togashi to draw a panel upside down before we see what's happened. So cool. But she's not dead yet. Just, as I understand it, just paralyzed. She's been the one rendered immobile. She can still speak, nothing else. Just alive enough to say her last words and hear Killua's words to her. If you behave, I'll kill you fast. Who's this kid feeling like? And all she can muster up is, I see. Oh well, it just means that I was weaker. I found it really interesting and eerie how she is just like stoic and emotionless here. No panic in her voice or begging for her life or anything like that. Just an, oh well, she just accepts her fate. You know, she was just a soldier. Soldiers die all the time. She ain't special. She was weaker, so she dies. That's how it works. The hive lives on. That's how colonies are run. Value is linked to power. It's not linked, not law or mercy or whatever. Death in battle, it's not an injustice. Death in battle just is what it is. It's proof of the, what would you call it, like strength deterministic code. If you lose in battle, that very outcome itself is the argument for your place in the order of things. And you're at the bottom. Mosquito doesn't bargain for her life or beg for her life. She was born to be a soldier. She was deployed as a soldier. Soldiers die. She dies. Verdict delivered. Compare that to the human villains we've encountered in the past who have all monologued about their motives or have all tried to leverage for mercy and beg for their lives, like Genthru and his henchmen just from the last arc. That's what's so eerie and creepy and scary, terrifying about these Chimera Ants. Just how different they are in a regard like this. And then Killua manipulates his hand. The claws extend. The screen goes red with just two black silhouettes. And upon watching it a second time, her head isn't just decapitated. Her head doesn't just come clean off with a precision slice. It looks like he fucking obliterates it into a paste. It just turns into blood vapor. That's how it looks like to me upon second watch. He defeated her without any Nen abilities. He's probably still got, basic Ten and Ren going on just as a baseline like all hunters would, but he doesn't lean on any Hatsu. Whereas last fight against Ramit, he utilized Nen Hatsu after martial arts skills and aura fundamentals weren't enough. Today, against Mosquito, it was the opposite. He didn't need it. Even if he was out of juice and physically couldn't, still he didn't need it. He reached deep into his back pocket and pulled out Assassin Killua, who we haven't seen in a while. Pulled out a Zoldyck assassin technique we haven't seen before. He only got stung because he allowed himself to get stung. Immunity to poison. The trickster. That's a transmuter, all right. Jumps on her, snaps her neck with his legs, cuts her head off with his assassin claws. I love that Killua still chooses to use the skills he's trained and mastered from his past and from his family, because he can still walk away from the life and choose to be his own person, not taking assassin contracts and not killing as a job, being just, a mercenary contract killer assassin. But he's not abandoning the skills and abilities themselves. He's just using them now to protect his friends instead, using them to defeat evil and foes, enemies instead. He didn't kill in Heaven's Arena. He didn't kill in Yorknu. He didn't kill on Greed Island. He kills here because this isn't a human being and he actually must kill here. And think about the fact both Kite and Gon watched that all happen. They're in the same room together. Gon, he doesn't just factually know Killua as the prodigal Zoldyck son assassin. He's seen him in action. They're best friends. Gon has a whole memory archive up here of all these things he's witnessed Killua do and all these things he's witnessed Killua pull off. Kite hasn't. Kite only merely knows the name Zoldyck, but he knows nothing about Killua, what he can do besides his transmutation abilities. He saw Thunderbolt last episode, but knows nothing in terms of, the assassination techniques and his martial arts skills. Gon knows Killua is immune to poison. Kite does not. Gon has seen Rhythm Echo, has seen his claws, has seen his agility. Neither of them had seen Snake Awakens before, though. But what I'm trying to get at is so when Killua gets stung and collapses, Kite could have thought, well, shit. Then he pops up and jumps on her soldiers, breaks her neck with his legs, transforms his hand and cuts her head clean off. Now that, well, shit, turns into a, well, shit. And then what's interesting about the Gon Centipede fight is that Centipede thinks of the same general idea to trick and defeat Gon that Gon thought of just to simply prove a point with Genthru. Centipede used survival math and said to himself he'll sacrifice his left legs to have the opening to use his right legs to grab Gon. Centipede is only thinking live or die, pin or be pinned. Gon against Genthru did the same thing, but Gon used identity math, ego math, not survival math. He sacrificed his entire arm to Genthru's little flower in order to have the opening to kick Genthru in the chin. And he didn't offer his arm because there was no other path. He did it just to force his terms. I'm going to make you use your abilities on me. Centipede came up with his idea just to survive and win. Gon just came up with that idea to prove a point that he'll make Genthru use his abilities on him and also use countdown. Centipede was willing to sacrifice his limbs to survive and win. Gon is just fucking crazy. Kite summons crazy slots against Yunju. He rolls a 4, the gun, which Kite again, just like last time, calls a bad roll. But it's not. It kills Yunju in one shot to the head. Kite does not get bad rolls. Crazy Slots said so himself. He does not have any bad spins. I went on a long theory rant a few episodes back about this very idea about Kite's Crazy Slots. The spin is not entirely random. That is my thought. Kite does not receive the weapon he wants. It will not land on that number. Since it's tied to Kite's body and soul and essence, whatever you want to call it, Crazy Slots knows Kite's desires. Whatever weapon he thinks or feels he wants the slot to land on, it will not land on. That's the whole point. That's the power of the condition limitations, making each weapon more powerful, because he will not get the weapon he wants. He will get the weapon he needs. He will get the weapon best suited for the situation at hand. The clown chooses the weapon. He knows better than what Kite thinks. He rolled the gun. He didn't want the gun, but the gun was the best roll for this encounter because one shot to the head instantly killed him. How can you call that a bad roll? Calling it bad, then vaporizing the problem in one clean headshot. If that's bad, what does good even mean? That's the point. Crazy Slots is not truly random. It's just random to Kite because he always seems to get a bad spin and a weapon he doesn't want. It never seems to land on anything good, when in reality it lands on the weapon he should use, the one he needs. One shot to the head takes down an officer. That's those conditions at work, those two big limits. Cannot put the weapon away until he uses it, does not get to choose the weapon. If he hands over all judgment to the clown chooses. It's random to Kite because he can't choose, but I don't think it's random to the clown. The clown wants Kite to live, obviously. The clown only exists because it's an extension of Kite. Kite dies, he disappears forever. So mutual exchange. Killua, last episode, wasn't the only one working and training off screen, away from us viewers and our eyes on their Hatsu abilities. Killua surprised me with Thunderbolt last episode. It was time for Gon to do the same today, and he surprised the hell out of me. I wasn't expecting scissors at all whatsoever. We saw on Greed Island how much he struggled with paper, being that one uses emission. I didn't think he would put that one on the back burner, come back to it later, effectively, give up. That's not something Gon does, and instead develop scissors and train well enough in transmutation to create a blade capable of cutting through a Chimera Ant. He couldn't grasp emission well enough at the time, which that's understandable. Having your aura separate from the body, but I would think transmutation is also hard, if not harder, since emission feels more straightforward, while transmutation requires a lot of thought and creativity and an imagination, having to transform, shape, and change the properties of one's net. So, is that not even more impressive from Gon? Now, Centipede, he wasn't an officer. He was just a soldier. I don't know if scissors would even do anything against a Yunju or a Rammet, who were both officers. Especially considering Gon isn't a transmuter, so it's automatically weaker, whatever percentage that is. Killua's Thunderbolt critically hit Rammet because he's a transmuter, and Thunderbolt didn't use any other technique. 100% transmuter power. Same with Gon's Rock, pure enhancement, 100%. And again, it's funny, Gon looks away in disgust at the NGL soldiers getting their heads crushed and being killed, but Gon will bisect an enemy in two pieces, no problem. And so, it just all comes down to who is human and what is not, who Gon likes and who he doesn't, who he cares about, who he doesn't, what serves him, what doesn't. Gon has no issue being himself brutal or monstrous when it suits him to be. But he has a problem when others are, but only when those others aren't on his side or they give him a bad vibe. Because again, Killua is brutal, Hisoka's brutal, Kurapika's brutal, Kite is brutal, Jin is surely brutal, Razor is brutal. The list could go on. Also, Gon's scissors look strikingly similar to Kuwabara's spirit sword from Yu Yu Hakusho. Togashi just inspiring himself. Weaponize willpower as a blade. That idea is something Togashi seems to love. But Gon still doesn't have a confirmed kill though, right? He's still yet to have his first confirmed kill. Kite finished off Centipede with the shot to the head. So the kill doesn't go to Gon. Gon still has not killed in Hunter x Hunter so far, 82 episodes in. He has not killed once. And headshots are absolutely necessary. Kite says, kind of like cockroaches. The head separating from the body doesn't mean anything. They can survive up to a day. So don't let your guard down. And that's exactly what Gon does. Deservedly. So he got yelled at by Kite once again. Gon dropped his guard like 3 separate times this episode. Bro, what are you doing? Kite told you, hell lies ahead of you. You cannot be letting your guard down. You cannot be looking away. You cannot be reacting with your emotions like that. You need to stay vigilant, level-headed, rational, mission-focused. For the love of God. Centipede was about to leap on Gon and bite him in the neck when Kite sniped him out of the air. And now, in my head, I'm trying to think, does cutting the head off do the same as shooting the head? Because Mosquito Girl got her head cut off by Killua, and they just called it a day with that one. Chalked the W up. That's it. And that's if it was only cut off. Again, I feel like I said on that second watch, her head just looks like it fucking exploded, got obliterated, vaporized. But I'm not sure. Because whereas Centipede, he was just sliced in half at the torso. And I know Togashi loves horror. There's definite inspirations I've talked about from the past, from horror movies like Alien, Dawn of the Dead, zombie style, headshots only. Pakal shot his bows at their heads, killed them in one shot. Killua cut Mosquito's head off, that counts. Kite shot Yunju in the head with one bullet, dead. Shot Centipede in the head, dead. Again, I say that's why Kite rolled the gun with crazy slots, because it's the weapon he needed for the situation to stay alive, even though he didn't want it. It was the weapon for the situation, because the crazy slots clown knew it would kill the Chimera Ants. Kite rolled the gun when Gon and Killua first teleported to him and got attacked by the tiny ants, and he obliterated it in the whole nest with the gun. Crazy Slots Clown from that point knows, the gun against the Chimera Ants. Good. Next time he goes up a Chimera Ant, a good roll would be the gun, given the situation. What do you know? Out of 9 random weapons, hasn't used it since that time, he just so happens to roll the gun again? I'm standing by my theory. The scene where Gon and Killua learn about crazy slots, stupid and awkward. Only because we already got this exposition scene when they first meet him. Technically, this is supposed to be the first time we see crazy slots used, thereby the first time Gon and Killua witness it themselves. It is an anime-only scene where Gon and Killua get attacked at the campsite and Kite rescued them with crazy slots and the gun. Complicated. So that whole scene a few episodes ago where it was like awkwardly pauses and we get the crazy slots explained to us, it appears, I guess, that wasn't explained to Gon and Killua at the same time. It was literally a pause in the show to explain it just to us. We were not watching through a character's eyes. I thought we were originally looking through the eyes of Gon and Killua as the clown was explaining it to them, and we were all learning at the same time. But apparently not. It was just to us. He was talking to the screen, breaking the fourth wall. And here is where Gon and Killua learn about crazy slots for the first time. But it is awkward going back to canon now, having explained here through the eyes of Gon and Killua when we already know it. I thought I was having deja vu or something. I just thought that was kind of like dumb and awkward to do that. The episode comes to a close. Ramit becomes an end user. I said during my last discussion, he's likely an enhancer since he has the speed of a rabbit, the brutal strength of what's that bird called? A shrike, on top of being a Chimera Ant. I'll be eager to see what he decides to enhance or how he learns to develop his Hatsu. He still has to learn that part. He has to learn how to control his aura. And that would be so fitting into the theme of Hunter x Hunter. If Ramit dies, even with all this power at his disposal, because in Hunter x Hunter, power is never enough. You need to have control, you need to have discipline, you need to have understanding, and you need to have a fucking plan. So if Ramit goes into another fight and he's just letting aura spill out of him, he doesn't bother to discipline himself, doesn't bother to control, he only relies on power, he will die. That would be so fitting, because again, it's a main theme, in my opinion, of Hunter x Hunter that I've been ranting about since the Greed Island days with Genthru. I think Nen is gonna be the breaking point for the unit cohesion of the nest. For the past few episodes, I've been talking about how things don't seem to be going so smoothly anymore. The hierarchical structure of the nest is crumbling. Authority is being questioned. Chimera Ants are off doing their own thing. They're disobeying orders, flat out abandoning their duties. And now some of them are going to become Nen users and effectively evolve and mutate. Nen is going to destroy everything, I feel like. Individualism is going to hyper accelerate. I mean, think about what it takes to be a good Nen user and simply even use Nen well at all. You have to know yourself fully. You have to know your intent, your intentions. You have to hold strong mental imagery, and you have to commit to rules and ideas that fit your personality. Like, Hatsu is literally a mirror to the self. You literally have to know and understand yourself. Hatsu requires you to be your own individual. You must create the self to reflect the self. Hatsu is a reflection of the self. A soldier who before only knew eat and obey suddenly has this immense power and suddenly has potential signature abilities only they can do. Authority doesn't mean shit after that. Ramit's baptism awakening is the fuse for implosion in this nest. If Nen permeates the colony, that's just going to be the catalyst for Chimera Ant individuality and personal ambition to go chaos mode. Why should Ramit even listen to Colt? What the hell can Colt do to stop him or order him around? What the hell could the Queen do without the royal guards here yet, without the king here yet? Ramit is the strongest officer now, right? He's going to say, fuck this, I'm doing my own thing. I'm going to find those 3 special humans that beat my ass, kill them, and eat them like I said I would, and y'all can't do anything to stop me. Now, if more and more of them start to get Nen awakened, that's just going to be a domino effect. And that's what I want to see. That's the drum I want to see. But this is where I'm going to end the discussion here today. Like the video, please. Subscribe to the channel, please. Keep the conversation going down in the comments below. Check out my Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content, unedited reactions. Having said that, and with that said, so long. Until next time, thank you so much. Have a good one. Peace.